So of course we're going to be playing some stuff, obviously, but like I said before, I want to keep doing these discussions with you guys because we're having pretty good discussions about the games, and sometimes we may go outside of Honkai and Genshin just to have just general gacha game discussions, but just a small segment of the stream dedicated to healthy discussions about the games that we like. Is Honkai Impact free to play friendly? Yeah, it is. It's pretty free to play friendly. I would say so. There's a competitive aspect to the game, but as long as you're fine with, like, average results, I think you'll be okay. I think it's pretty free to play. Besides like that one to two modes, like you can complete all the content in the game. When I consider free to play friendly stuff, I usually try to think of, is this content completable without said gacha units, right? If you can beat the game with like free to play units, minus like the few, like, of course, gacha characters you'll probably get along your way, then I think the game's in a pretty healthy spot. Some gacha games are extremely good at that. Like, look at Arknights, for example. Arknights is probably one of the most free-to-play games I've ever seen. There's literally a guide of how to, like, beat just about everything in that game free-to-play. So yeah, Bella's inside the game now too. So Bella is the new lightning support elf. Okay, so what all changed for the new UI stuff? Because I only saw some of it when I was like scrolling through. I know the biggest change that was like just out in my face was the shop. I think that's the biggest one, right? Okay, so shop, yeah. So this is the new shop layout. How do you guys feel about it? You guys like it? Oh, this is remember how we was talking about organization before? I think this is a lot more up my alley because you can close these tabs. You can close tabs, so it makes it to where it's not too cluttered. I know what sections is for what. Okay, this is the event section, so this is like for temporary things. Basic currency, so this is for like this stuff, the asteroids, the meteorites, and the coins. Okay, activity shop, so these are like, different currency you get inside the game by playing different modes, and your daily shops, so your dorms exchange and your I don't know what the point of this one, to be honest. I don't know why the logistic one is still here. So, shop and gacha UI. Oh, right, the gacha change, yeah. The gacha change I really want to talk about, too, because it's also a big thing that I've been talking about for Honkai. For Genshin, and it's not actually in the game. Yo, King Kofi with the resub. Oh, yeah, supply, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. I'm actually a big fan of this. I'm more sort of a fan of the battle suit, this style, compared to the equipment one. It's like the same thing, but they didn't do it the same way. Like, you see this, it shows you the name of the characters right here. Also, the thing that's sort of confusing is, where do you get to you gotta click this. You gotta click the dorm supply thing to like get to this now. I was like clicking all over this, trying to figure out how do I get that up here now. But I love this, right? Because you can see who's on the banner, and you can immediately click on them. You said you can highlight them. Like, I can highlight Terry right here, and it brings you to them, and you can like view what they are. You can view their profile, their synergy, and their equipment stuff all before you pull for them. And I'm pretty sure you could do that before just by going through them like this, right? You could do it like this, but being able to do it like this in easy fashion is definitely very nice. And one thing I want to say about it is Genshin doesn't have this, and that's a big thing. A big problem that I've been talking about for Genshin for a long time was that when you roll for characters in Genshin, there's no way, or even equipment, there's no way for you to look at it whatsoever. And that's a huge problem. It's like, why is there this equipment here that I can't, or these characters that I can't know anything about? Like, why is it so secretive? I don't even know if I want this unit. It could be a playstyle that I have no interest in whatsoever. It's like, it's very interesting why you can't do that. We've been putting in suggestions since like closed beta test 1, so hopefully that's addressed upon the final release of the game. Unless they're going to be doing YouTube videos showcasing every character themselves. If they're going to go that route again, then I guess it will be okay. But once again, it should already just be inside the game. We already had a discussion before that not everybody want to look at outside resources just to understand something about a game, right? So yeah, the supply thing is pretty cool. I want to see how it looks when more things get in here. But it also has the same aesthetic where you can like close it. You can see, so I can close it, which I think is pretty cool. That you can close these. So I'm pretty sure all the other ones, the dorm supply, the expansions, and all those, you're going to be able to close them for easier for more better readability of these menus and stuff like that. So that's what they're trying to go for. They're trying to go for better readability. That's why you have organization within the menus, and you can close the tabs and stuff like that. It's like it's grouping, and we group for organization purposes. So totally understand that. So finally glad that they actually addressed that. Wasn't 4.1 supposed to be the patch where they had the new summon animation, but then people said that they took it out because CN didn't like it apparently or something like that, which is sad because it definitely looks pretty good. They also added the enemy tabs to the collection. Oh really? That sounds interesting. Let's look at that. Oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, there's another thing that we can actually look at. Speaking of enemies, right? So what is it? Use site to attack enemies, details, strategies. It's interesting that there's a strategy tab. I like how there's no strategy needed. Just go in. No special resistance. You can look at, oh, this is actually really cool. It shows you the threat level of their skills and stuff too. This is actually really some really good stuff here actually. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably one of my favorite things that they added. I like stuff like this. But you know, this is not something new. They pretty much did something like this inside of HPHO where they showcased the enemies. So for them to actually take the time and port that concept over into the actual main game is definitely appreciated. I definitely like that. So yeah, it shows you the like threat level, the menace level of these in the strategy. Use control skills or move behind it, evade timely. Like this is pretty good. I like this. Actually let you know what these enemies are doing. You know, I never really pay attention. I didn't know these enemies actually have that many attacks. Double whammy, charge, pile driver, assault. You know, I would never, just because I'm just constantly just worrying about what I'm doing and just reacting to what they're doing and not really paying attention to the animations of the move. I kind of like, you know what? The only thing I'm missing here, the only thing that would make this even better, right, is if you could see the animations of the move. And that wouldn't it wouldn't help probably anything really. Maybe it would. Maybe some people like probably need the visual representation, but I think just from like an animation appreciation standpoint, it would be kind of nice because you already can move the model around, right? What about like how cool would it be just to see like the animation of the move play out in this like little spot right here? I think that would be pretty cool. But the other thing I definitely want to talk about, since we're still talking about the UI stuff, is this, right? The new viewing system. The new viewing system is spectacular. I love it. Because before, when you tried to like click on the character, like if I didn't have a character, right? If I didn't have this character, this all I could see. This it. This all I got. But now the fact that they have this viewing mode where I can do this, even it's still got the lock symbol on them, whatever. That's, I mean, you know, can't hate too much. But the fact that I can look at the whole model now is great. You know, this would be good for like some pretty good screenshots too. For any other like content creators, or you just want like, you know, the models or whatever, you want to do like and it's pretty good too because like if you use Photoshop, because the background is already blurry, it's very easy for you to actually edge out this character and use it for like, you know, some screenshots or whatever you want to do. I'm just thinking of it from a content creator standpoint at that point. But yeah, I think it's definitely good. And you know, you can view the costumes too, right? Yeah, you can even view the costumes, which is nice. So as long as you have the character, you don't even have to have the costume no more. And you don't have to, yeah, this is really good. I like this. You know, when we had the when we did the costume thing, this would have been very much appreciated. If this was already in the game for us to do, I would have definitely liked this. So yeah, and then I believe it's on the main menu too. Is this any different than what it used to be? It tells you it's an event costume. Oh, you can switch the costumes on the fly like that. Is that new? Could you? I don't think you can always do this. Then you can take pictures. There's no interactions with the characters though, right? You can't interact, just look at them. How does the picture system work? It just snaps a picture? Okay. And then it brands it with the logo. That's not bad though. Oh, you can get the character interactions on. I just saw it. Can you snap a photo during the interaction time? I don't know if you can. I guess you can snap your own photo, I guess. Like I could technically snap a photo there if I want to from my own personal. But I mean, it's still a cool thing. So I'm glad it's there. Dang, rip the hills. They actually nerfed the hills, huh? Man, that is some long ass hair. You know, me personally, I like her outfit better when she wasn't full Hersher. Am I the only one that liked that? When she was fighting Kiana and she didn't have the giant arm, she was just like, you know, she had the ponytail still, but she had like the nice dark outfit. Am I the only one that liked that look better than the actual Hersher look? I may be the only one. But yeah, I think that, like I said, I think the new UI elements is definitely good. I mean, obviously they still not working on the thing that I was talking about. Obviously, the how the skills are set up in this. You know what? Someone did make an interesting point though. On the video. This is why I like uploading the videos when we have these discussions to YouTube, because it, you know, it gets the YouTube audience involved, and there's more voices to be heard in the conversations that we're having as well. Someone did bring up the point of this, right? They was like, well, they didn't do it in there, but how do you feel about the organization of this compared to this? And when I looked at this, I was like, ah, you know what? I didn't even think about this. This is a lot better organized, actually. When I come and I look at this compared to the other one, this one makes sense. It's still a lot of passives, but it does everything that we were talking about, right? You have the visual representation when you need it. You know, if it's not just a passive, you have the pop out numbers, the golds. So you have like, you know, 800%, everything that needs to be like highlighted is highlighted. There's different color variations. So you have the gold up here, the, you know, gold up here, or just orange, whatever you guys consider it, and then the blue to break it up right here, level bonus HP. It breaks it up nicely. And then like passive always on, this is green. You know, you got all the different color coordinations here to break it up. So this is, I like this. We didn't actually talk about this last time when we were talking about the UI. So yeah, kudos to that person who actually mentioned that this was their attempt to making the UI a little bit better, but they just didn't do it in the main game yet, and they don't know if they're going to do it. But what did I think about this? And I will say this is definitely a lot better. So definitely wanted to just put that in there real quick. Are you saying the events that's happening right now? No, we haven't even looked at the events yet. We were doing discussion time. If you remember, I said I wanted to take like a portion of the stream, like the first like 20-30 minutes, to have like just a gotcha game based discussion with you guys. So every day will just be a different discussion. Yesterday we were talking about problems with Honkai, or my worries with Honkai. I mean, not Honkai, but Genshin. And today was just overall talking about the upgrade to the UI for this game. And of course, we'll have another topic for tomorrow and so forth. So just a small tidbit that we going to be doing on streams as of late. So just a little section that I want to do with you guys. They should rework the skill UI to look like APHO. I think it would look really nice if they did that. I mean, you know, if they want to take the time to do it. I mean, we already had that whole conversation though, so I don't want to go through the whole conversation again. But yeah, they could definitely use some rework on that. But they're slowly making strides to better the UI, which I can definitely see here. I'm still sad that people really didn't like the new summon animation. The new summon animation was good. I liked it. Especially the way the character artwork came in. What's that elf thing in the main menu? This right here. This is the elf characters. You unlock this later on. I think like level 50. You unlock it.